What's going on, guys? It's Cam here. Today we got my Mark V GTI in the shop. We're going to be swapping out the struts on the car. Currently it's sitting on Airlift Slam series, so there's no camber adjustment on the fronts at all. We're going to be putting Raceland struts on it, which does have front camber adjustability. We're going to be swapping the rears as well. The rears are leaking, have been for a while, and they're kind of dry rotting. So I think it's just time to change them. I have a few extra sets of struts laying around for Mark V, Mark VI. So we're going to go ahead and swap them. Now, you must be asking me, Cam, why do you want more front camber in the rear? Fits perfectly. Well, one, because I feel like it. Two, it sits on the tire and it pretty much destroys the inside of the fender the whole time and or the wheels, depending if there's enough stretch, which I've done before. So it's just time, and I feel like it. So the car's been pretty neglected. It sits most of its life. It's high miles, 192,000 miles. I pretty much touched everything on this car. There's nothing that hasn't been touched. We'll do a quick overview of the car just really quickly so you get a better feel of the car. And I'll show you guys an overview of the struts as well, just so you have a better understanding of why we're swapping them. So just to show you guys the front, you can see it is rubbing. It's sitting on the fender. So I definitely want to fix that today. These fenders are completely rolled, completely flat. There's no more room to go, but here's my GTI wrapped in an Ozatec. I got the Corbeau seats, Mark VII GTI wheel, Porsche Macan wheels. It's a full set of fronts, so it's 18, 8.5 plus 25, if I'm correct. Fully shaved front bumper. You see there's no side markers, no bumper strip. This is a Vortex front lip, fully molded to one piece. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. But this car, to be honest, is super neglected. I don't really take care of this car. It sits for most of its time. Stage 2 Plus, Revo, high pressure fuel pump, still stock turbo. 192,000 miles, so super high miles. All the maintenance has been done to this car. It's completely full bolt-on. Front mount intercooler. Just very unfortunate. The car has been pretty neglected. I really don't take care of it that well. So hopefully more videos will come soon to me taking care of the car more. So here I have an Airlift Slam Series strut and a Raceland strut. As you can see, you have the camber plate on the top for adjustability of camber. You get about -3-ish from just the top hats, and you see here there's no adjustability here. But just so you don't get confused, I do have custom top plates on this. So you see it's a little bit offset. This will get you like -2, 2.5. But the factory one does not have adjustability. This is completely centered. So this will have no camber adjustability, just like this. It'll sit completely straight, zero camber. So these are secondhand. I'm gonna go ahead and clean these up before I throw them in the car, obviously. I'm gonna reseal this as well. I'm not sure if this is leaking or not. I'm very unsure, so I'm just gonna reseal it just for peace of mind. I don't have to go back and reseal it. And yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. We're back. Got everything resealed. In case you guys are curious what I use to seal up fittings. 545 Loctite. Works really well. There's nothing wrong with Teflon tape as long as you do it right. I know there's some cases where if you don't do it right, it gets loose inside the air system and it'll block up the manifold. I've seen that happen before and it causes some manifolds to fail. I've used the Loctite on my compressor here and I use it in all the fittings, and it holds pressure for weeks at a time. Use it on my Airlift, no issues. So it's a little bit cleaner to install. It's easier to install. Just use it around the edge of the threads and you'll be set. So we're gonna go ahead and get the car on the quick jacks and we'll get started. got the front struts in. So now just got to tackle the rears, and we'll put her on the ground, see how the fitment is, see how the wheels will fit with the added camber, and then really just need an alignment, and then she's really all set. All right guys, she's all back together. Struts in, got the rears in. So we're gonna put her on the ground, see how the fitment is in the front. I mean, it's maxed out, like I said, it should be -3 degrees. So we'll put her on the ground really quick with the quick jacks. Oh yeah, that's much better. The rears don't sit as low as I thought. It's pretty high now. No, it's not really tucking on that. All right, so here it is on the ground. Fronts are way better. Fully tucked now. I can only feel like a finger really, but so fitment's not as tight, but way more reasonable. I can air it without worrying about destroying the fender and whatnot. So that's good. Definitely is gonna need an alignment now for sure. Let me get it completely on the ground, air it up, get it off the wood, pull the quick jacks off, and then we'll get another walk around. So I just want to show you guys what struts are on this car. These things are gone. So one failure point of the Slam series, and still I had the same problem on the newer Slam series. So just so you guys know, this is like the first ever air strut for a Mark V. You can even tell by the logo. This thing is like really old. Now, it didn't feel like it had any issues, but you could tell with the top hats. And it has a bunch of side-to-side play. So a big failure point with these is this piece of plastic here. Now, this plastic ring keeps it from going this way. So that keeps everything tight. So the problem with this plastic is that it obviously gets brittle and breaks, and then this whole thing just falls apart. Now, luckily you have this big metal washer on top, so it's not like gonna fall out of your car, but you're gonna be limping it home for sure. But you can see like it's not even like tight with the top hat. So that was probably a pretty big failure point. At some point it was gonna happen probably. Yeah, these things are pretty crusty. Look at the rear bags. These things look funny. It's been a while since I looked at them. I kind of forgot they were like this. So look how old these things are. I mean, they're all dry rotted and stuff. So it was time. I mean, look at this. So yeah, it was time for these to come out. So the Raceland ones I put in, I would say about a year-ish old. Not that many miles on them. I'm gonna take it for a drive here, just to drive it around, make sure everything's fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. Alright guys, I'm back. Took it for a drive. There's definitely some noise on the passenger side. Top hat, probably a pillow ball bearing. So I'll probably have to rebuild the top of both of them. I might as well do both. So that'll probably be a different video. It's definitely a lot stiffer. Raceland's a lot stiffer over Airlift for sure, which is fine in some cases. I mean, if you're driving really, really low, the Raceland's gonna be the way to go. Way more affordable for sure. Has an adjustable camber. So I'm not against Raceland bags at all. If you're gonna tell me Raceland coilovers, I'd say stay away. But the Raceland bags, very solid. So I'll probably have to rebuild the fronts, and I'll probably get to that at some point. I'll have to see how much the rebuild kit is and when I feel like doing it. Besides that, drive's fine. The alignment's kind of the same. Actually, it was already a little bit off, so alignment's whatever, and I'll get it at some point. Probably after I rebuild the top hat, since I gotta take the struts out again. So yeah, that'll conclude today's video. Let me know what else you want to see with the car. I don't know if you want me to do a video just dedicated to the car overview if enough people are interested, or what else you guys think I should do to the car. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Thanks for tuning in.